Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 689 of the Drunk Nerds podcast. I'm host, as always, I'm Tyler, and joining me here, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Tell you what, man, there's a lot of crazy things that happened this past week. Not like work related things or anything like that, but more so for like football and also for like sports and some video game stuff too. But because I live in the Pacific Northwest and stuff, there's all sorts of buzz going around in terms of the Seattle Mariners. The Seattle Mariners is a franchise that has seen a lot of heartbreak over the past like 20, 30 some odd years. They've had like two postseason moments that are still remember fondly and reiterated upon like almost yearly it feels like. But I was watching that game 5 between the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. It lasted for over 6 hours, and I'll tell you what, man, it's like I was tuning in and out and stuff, and then once it started hitting like I was just watching it off and on because my dad and my mom were watching the living room and stuff. And I watched that entire second half of that game from like the inning all the way up to the 15th. And Jesus Christ, dude, like the defensive stuff happening, the crazy field plays happening, it was
The salmon
just
run.
nuts. And then all of a sudden, yeah, yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like after all of the pitching stands, after all the different types of starting pitchers that had to be dug into in order to try to pitch and stuff to do closeouts of this stuff, the Mariners load up the bases and stuff, and they hit in Crawford. Polanco hits in Crawford and stuff to get the game winning like walk off and stuff at the bottom of the 15th. Oh God, it was like about. I know for other people that stayed up that were Mariners fans on the East Coast, they were probably like what one or like
It,
maybe like 12 or 1 in the morning
it's about
when
one,
that
yeah.
game finally. Yeah, I know it was like about 10 something around. No, it actually ended like around 9 something. I think it was
Was
like
it?
in my
Okay.
area, but it was like it was just weird. It was just weird though. But yeah, it this whole day just kind of felt kind of weird because going into work, working and stuff, there's a lot of people out and about and stuff, but the town felt weirdly dead. And that's probably because a lot of people probably out partying the night
Yeah, they're
before.
hungover.
Yeah, man, because this doesn't happen too often for like Mariners fans. I mean, I'm very happy for Seattle sports fans because that's their favorite sports team, other than like the Seahawks and stuff, to where downtrodden almost, always constantly had horrible teams, and all of a sudden have a get a whole bunch of great players at the right time to get themselves into a deep playoff run. So that's excellent for them. On top of that, though, I was scratching a whole bunch of scratchers and ended up winning a bunch of different money and stuff. And so I ended up getting a couple different things. I ended up finding the commander deck for Cloud for Final Fantasy VII. And other than that, though, I was able to come across a couple different games. For audio, guys, I'm not. I know if I'm going to be showing a bunch of things for the camera here and stuff, but just to say what I got the remaster thing for Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for Switch. And these are all Switch games I got, right? So it's like I got the physical copy here of Splintered Fate and stuff for TMNT. That's supposed to be a really good Hades inspired like roguelike game and stuff.
It was very good. Yep, I
Then
played it.
the last one is the Ivalice Chronicles for Final Fantasy Tactics. This is one I've been looking forward to try to pick up as well because Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation, that is a certified classic, and I really want to get into it. I just really want to get into it and just play it through, because I've played these type of games before, not like with Final Fantasy, but with Fire Emblem, and I've been able to play through certain strategy games like that.
Codename Steam.
Yeah, well, I never played Codename Steam. You had the pleasure of playing that game.
I wouldn't say pleasure. I wouldn't say pleasure.
But for the visual fans that are watching this video after the fact here, I'm going to do a little opening here of the little booster pack. This little preview pack here for the collector's booster stuff. Because let's do something a little bit different, for
Yeah.
my intro here.
So
And
this
so I'm just
is
going to open this.
so this is
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering. Is it Final Fantasy VII exclusively?
Yep.
Okay.
No, it's just Final Fantasy in general. It's
Okay.
not just exclusive to 7. It could be other different types of cards.
Okay.
And for these samplers, they don't give you a lot of cards, right? And so it could be almost anything at this point. It could be land cards, it could be token cards, or it could be like something incredibly valuable.
Okay.
So the first card I'm going to hold up to the camera, I'm not even going to look at it, is.
There's more where that came from. All
Okay, okay, okay. To get that out of the way, this is the actual cards right here.
right. All right. We're getting
So
focused
that's
here.
the first one.
Oh, Yuna's the decision. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, and now we got the second one is.
Riku,
Oh shit.
resourceful guardian. I don't know which
Yeah,
is Riku Final Fantasy 10?
10.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
both of these are Final Fantasy 10.
Are they? Okay. I recognize Riku.
Yep. The last time I actually opened one of the commander decks and got a preview pack, I think I got. I think I got. I think it was like one of the various cards for like Final Fantasy 16, if I'm
Okay.
not
Oh,
mistaken.
that's awesome.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
mean, there have been like rare cards that have been like foil cards have been pulled from these initial things right here. But yeah.
So you're not a millionaire. That's disappointing.
But yeah, other than that, though, I mean, gaming wise has been pretty fun. Other than like playing little bits of the PS5 here and there, a little bit of the Switch stuff, just kind of the same things like as usual. But enough about me, Tyler. How have you been doing?
I'm doing all right. Clanging and banging as always. I only bought like one real thing this week, like physically, anyways. I was telling Gales for the show. I bought a DualSense Edge for the PlayStation 5. Got a little bit of a
Looks
deal
awesome.
on it. So yeah, and I have, I you know, I have multiple DualSense already, but I've had multiple that have like the stick drift issue. So like I'm like tired of and I bought like I had the pink one that I like a lot. That was my
Yeah,
main one I used. That's starting been having drift issues lately. I have my God of War Ragnarok one that like I was having drift issues. My launch one I bought was having issues. So I'm like, all right, instead of like, and I have an Astro Bot one still, but I'm so tired of buying more of these. And it's like the like I know I could probably figure out how to fix these things myself somewhat easily, or maybe not easily, but I could figure it out. I'm not very smart at this stuff, but I probably could have got it. But I'm like, I don't want to deal with that, and like the cost of fixing these things is almost as much as like just buying a new one. And I'm like, instead of buying, you know, I've spent over $200 on these fucking dual senses. I'm like, I'm just gonna spend like I got it like $20 off, so it was like $180. So I bought that, and then there was like a deal where I got like a bunch of like credit for with Amazon for buying it. So then yeah, so I bought it. So yeah, I was gonna get the black one though, but the black one that was like you had to wait like 3 weeks to get it, and I'm like I don't want to wait 3 weeks. I'm impatient. So I got this one, and I got it after a few days. I've been using it quite a bit, and I mean it's definitely heavier, and but it's nicer. I can feel it, and it has like the little back pedals on it. I haven't really used the back pedals to be honest with you though. I don't really know. I don't think I'm going to use them. There's also these front peg ones. I don't really know what they're for though. It just says FN on them. I don't know, but yeah, there's more buttons on it. I don't know how much I'm going to use that for, but I mean I figured, all right, this can be a better quality controller, and like if there's issues with drift stick or anything down the line, I could just buy replace a part, which is just
that's
down
true.
the line probably gonna be worth it, especially because I use my PS5 quite a bit, and I've been using it quite a bit this past month especially. So yeah, not too much. Was crazy though. I was thinking about it, like it just kind of crept up on me. It feels like we were just days away from Pokemon.
Yes, we are.
It doesn't like it's weird. I don't know. It's just like if like I like
It doesn't feel like it.
no, like even though I've been really looking forward to this one because like I liked the last Legends game so much, but I'm like in a weird place where like obviously coming up, I almost said X and Y, that's not right. Scarlet and Violet, and then this is different from Legends Arceus, but I don't know, it's crazy. I like give us how we're like I said we're just days away from this thing. It's Saturday night as of recording this. This will go up Sunday morning, but we're like about 4 or 5 days away. How are you feeling about this Pokemon game coming out in a few days?
Hmm. Honestly, honestly, it's a weird feeling I have right at the moment. I want to play this game, but yet I completely forgot this game was coming out in the middle of October.
Yeah,
And
it's also early
it's
too.
not that this game. I know, I know. I mean, it's not that I don't like the game. I mean, I just seriously forgot because everything else is going on. But yeah, I'm fairly excited to wanting to play Legends Z through A and stuff because I'm kind of curious to see how things are gonna go in terms of the gameplay style things, whether that's gonna hold up the entirety of the game, like the the new Pokemon stuff that they've revealed already. They've already revealed plenty of the Mega Evolution stuff. I'm kind of curious what else is kind of hidden in kind of secrets in that stuff.
Yeah.
Because sometimes Game Freak, they like to hide a little bit of references to different past Pokemon games or even like different types of characters or certain either type of family members from like different like popular trainers from other games or something. They love to do that type of crap. And it was kind of the same thing for Scarlet and Violet for some characters. And especially was for Legends Arceus because you had specific characters that were not supposed to be there in that time period at all. Like there was a reference from Generation 5 for Black and White. You would go on this battle subway, right? And two of the trainers that you would face if you beat enough trainers and stuff were these two like train conductors, right? One wore like a white uniform, the other one wore like about a blue uniform, right? And you could meet one of the conductors like from the modern Pokemon games back in Legends Arceus, and it totally did not make any fucking sense, right? And at the same point, it just kind of just sticks out to me. It's like, why was he here if you never paid a way of like how the fuck did this dude travel all the way back into the past
Yeah.
if you're not gonna do anything with him like story past wise.
Well,
And I'm kind of curious if that gets looped up into this game, which would
yeah.
be fucking hysterical if that has the case.
I mean, do you think that kid's still stuck in back in time? We never got him out. Like it just never came up
No,
again. He went back
no,
in
he
time,
never.
and we never did it. Like we never even attempted to get him back during his timeline. Like his parents were still
That's the
looking for
thing.
him.
That's the thing about it. It's like they never tied up any of the loose ends in the first game. This game, I swear to God, this game had DLC probably planned for it, but they totally scrapped it for just releasing Scarlet and Violet.
I mean, it'd still be ridiculous though. If like, hey, we're gonna. It's like that Ubisoft Persia game from like 2008, where it's like
Yeah.
they charge you $5 to buy the DLC for the last chapter of the game. It's like, I guess if anybody was gonna do it in 2025, it would be Nintendo to do that. But like, or I guess what was that 2022 or whatever it
That
was.
was like 2008 or something for Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
That
yeah, but
that
yeah,
one.
yeah. But like, if anybody could get away with it now, it'd be Nintendo. Or anybody would try, it'd be Nintendo. But like,
Oh yeah, it would be Nintendo.
it is like it's even crazy. Like it's just crazy. Like the whole plot of that game was like why was this the plot? It's so funny to me. I still think about that game.
Oh,
Like this is maybe the worst storytelling in video game history.
there's one thing I haven't liked about this game though, and that's because the Mega Evolutions for like say Greninja, for Chestnut, for Delphox and stuff, they're locked behind achieving certain like criterias for the competitive battle scene.
Hmm,
So you can only do it if you pass a certain rank or a certain thing inside of the competitive battle stuff online.
that sucks. I didn't see
I
that.
think that's completely bullshit.
Yeah, I Gables, I'm a little excited because like in the trailers they showed, obviously it could be bullshit, but they showed
Yeah.
someone using a Charmander, in the trailer. So that gives me hope that for the first time in like it feels like decades, where I'll be able to like use the original starters, like not like because they always had like Charmander and Squirtle, all them they'll show up in the game, but it's after you
Yeah.
like 100% the game or you beat the game, you'll finally get
Oh, yeah.
you'll finally get Charmander. I'm like, why the fuck would I want them now? It's like why would I want this level 5 Charmander when I'm like all my guys are level 80 something and I beat the game? It's like I want them early in the game, you know. So like as someone like me, I've talked about I'm like the fanboy from like that loved Gen 1 and 2, and then fell off somewhere in Gen 3. I'm just like, God, I'm like, it gives me hope. That I'm like, because I just want to run around with my Charmander, you know. I don't,
Hmm.
I'm not the guy that like, I don't give a. There's like, I went from after I didn't even finish Gen 3, and then I didn't come back until X and Y. So it's like there's a whole gap there where I have no nostalgia and I don't give a shit about these Pokemon. Like I'm here for the nostalgia, and I just like I saw like one of the last trailers they put out, and it's like oh my God, they have like they showed like Charmander in the trailer, and I'm like oh my God, yes, please God, like let me get him somewhat early so I can have I can run around with him for most of the game. So I don't know. It's just it's funny. Like
Charizard, why?
yeah, I just want my Charizard. You know, Charizard. He's my boy. You know, I literally have my Charmander Funko Pop right here. I have I have a Charmander Funko Pop here. This is like a fuzzy one though. I have another Charmander Funko Pop right here. I have a silver Charmander Funko Pop right here. I have a lot of Charmanders. All right. The background on my phone is also a Charmander. So I'm a big Charmander boy. You know, I just want my Charmander. Okay. And then, oh man, I guess it won't happen. I was thinking I'd really be cool if we got the little, what the little, here right here, this guy, the bread one. You see it? Gables. Have I lost Gables? Uh-oh. He's moving his head, but I don't see him. He's not talking to me. Gables, if you're there, say something. Oh, boy. He's getting on his phone now. What's happened? Gables! We're going to pause. All right, we're back here. We're having some issues on Discord. But Gables, this little fucker right here. What's his name?
Oh my gosh!
The bread,
I know that one.
the bread dog. I want him in the game. I know he's not going to be there, but I want him in the game.
Oh my gosh, dude! I know what he is though. He was in Scarlet and Violet.
Bread.
And it has something to do with
Pokemon.
Dough.
Fido.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Fido. I want him in the game.
Fido. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Anyways, weird tangent there. And it's just so weird though. Like I'm getting excited for it now, but it is definitely one of those things where it's like I haven't been like I can't stop thinking about this game excitement for it.
Right.
It's like that's like the way I was like the last few Pokemon games, like even Scarlet and Violet going in that I was like super pumped for. Obviously that was disappointing, but I don't know. It's a very weird, even like, and like you, like being like a huge Pokemon fan, I'm a little surprised by. But anyways, people, this is a video game podcast where we talk about video games and everything we love about them. I'm Tyler. That's Gables. We've been doing this for over 12 years now. You know, we just do this. We don't make money off this. We don't do it. We don't get a lot of free stuff. We don't have careers out of this. We just do it because we love it. So, do you want to support us? Just do it. We're just doing it for the love of the game. So if you want to support us, please like, follow, subscribe. Check us out on everything. We are on, you know, every podcast service out there, Spotify, Apple, or whatever it's whatever it's called, iTunes, whatever the fuck it's called now. Please subscribe to us there, 5 stars, leave comments, all that stuff. Also, honestly, the best thing to do, go to YouTube, like, follow, subscribe there. If you want to click that bell, go ahead. If you don't want to click the bell, I don't blame you. I don't click the bell either. But if you want to do it, you can do it, please. But also, we do have a membership. It's just 99 cents a month, or $1 technically. I don't want to lie to you. You'll get we don't have anything extra to give you, but it's just a way of saying thank you. It's kind of like we don't have like a Patreon, so I guess it's like the closest way of saying, hey, just like it's like a tip jar for us. You know, helps me pay for some of these beers I drink during the podcast. So we really appreciate it if you do that for us. We have a couple members already, but if you want to help us out, we'd really appreciate it. But anyways, Gables, not a lot of news going on right now. Kind of the one main thing we got going on, Gables. It's one of my favorite things we talk about every single month. Gables, we have their Circana report for August. That's right, here from Matt Piscatella over here on his Blue Sky account here. We got it broken down, Gables. So Gables, we have the top 20 best-selling games. This is based off dollar value, not individual copies sold. This is U.S. only. We have 20 games. We have the top 20 games, Gables. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7, but we're going to say 6. We'll never get the 7th one. Brand new games for the month of August. On this list, Gables. I know I know we're in mid-October now. I know it's a little hard, but I want you. I'm looking at the list. I'm shooting my mind beam towards you right now, from Iowa to Washington State. What am I looking at right now, Gables? The 6 brand new games from the month of August that are on this list. I'm looking at the list. My mind melding with you right now.
Well, I definitely am thinking of Madden. That's for sure.
Number two.
Oh my gosh.
Mind meld. We're mind melding. My mind is your mind. Your mind is my mind. You pervert. Oh my god.
I know there's like a bunch of different games that released in the month of August and stuff like that, but
Yep.
I'm trying to. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I beat two of them.
Well, I know you beat two of them, probably. I
I
mean,
bought
for God's sake.
three of them. The fourth one I technically got for free, and you also got for free.
Oh yeah, Gears of War. Yeah,
Gears
that's
of War
true.
Reloaded,
Gears of War
number
Reloaded.
6. Yep.
Yes. Okay, Gears of War Reloaded and stuff. And I'm going to try to attempt to at least say name one more because I don't want this to turn into like a 10, 15-minute thing of me just going,
This could be the whole hour right now.
never...
Is me waiting for you to guess these games. One game you're very excited for. It's a game that you love.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's one of the games that I love to play. Yeah. Shinobi, Art of Vengeance.
Nope.
No.
No,
Oh,
it's a game that I don't think you played it yet, but it's a game that it's not a game you played this version of, but it is a game you love.
Oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
No, god damn it, Gables.
Actually, some of the most fun that I have here is just like seeing how Tyler just goes and reacts.
Oh my god, you played it like 20 years ago.
Oh no, another remaster. God damn it.
This mind melding is not going well. I think it only went one way. I just read your mind. You didn't read mine. I read yours.
Oh my gosh. I know that's fucking embarrassing, dude. And I know I'm probably going to just say fucking... I'm going to get mad at myself because I know what you're probably talking about, but at the same time, I can't fucking think of the name.
Yep. It's a game you played on PS2.
All right.
That came out in August.
Oh, god damn it. Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, good lord. Number 4.
And that's going to be the last one.
Okay. I don't know if I could take... you about gave me an aneurysm. Gables... What's that? Remember that game show from like the 70s where it's like the married couple newlywed game? We would not do well. It would not go well for us. We should never do that game. All right, Fuck. All right, we're just gonna run through the list here. My cheeks hurt. My brain hurts. I felt a vein kind of like stretching there. Number 20, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 19, and this is a new game that you never would have got. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. That's the oh god, what's those games? The Harvest Moon games. Number 18, Hogwarts Legacy. Number 17, WB 2K25. Number 16, Grounded 2. Number 15, Forza Horizon 5. Number 14, Helldivers 2. Jump back in first month being out on Xbox there, so nice little bump there. Number 13, GTA 5. Number 12, Black Ops 6. Number 11, of course, Minecraft. Number 10, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yabi, the Hinokami Chronicles 2. Gables, there are no joke 2 semicolons in that. I think there was like a new movie or something came out. I don't know if it's maybe it's K-pop Demon Hunter related. I don't fucking know, but something new media wise came out and that game blew up. Number 9. This is very confusing, Gables. This is also a new game technically new on the list. EA Sports Kickoff Bundle. Number 8 on the list. EA Sports MVP Bundle. So I didn't know the Kickoff Bundle existed. So apparently so let me explain. The MVP Bundle is the super fancy versions of both college football and Madden combined together at like a discounted price. But it's like you get like the $200 versions for like $150. I don't know how much the Kickoff Bundle version is, but the Kickoff Bundle version is like just the base version of both games. So that's what that is. So the Kickoff Bundle is just the base version of both. So you don't get the early access, you don't get all the extra Ultimate Team stuff. So number 9. So Madden and college football are technically on this list 4 times. They take up 20% of the list. These 2 games. Number 8, like I said, MVP Bundle. Number 7, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Number 6, Gables, you got this one. Gears of War Reloaded. Number 5, College Football 26. Number 4, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Number 3, Gables, this one makes me very, very, very excited. Mafia of the Old Country.
Oh.
I am.
Damn.
There's a lot of haters out there for that game. Gables, I won't accept it. I think you're a bad person. I think you should go to hell. I don't think you should have children. I feel like if you plan on procreating, just don't. Just don't do it. You know, because you don't deserve Mafia of the Old Country. You don't deserve happiness in life. I think if you are married, you should leave that person, and they'd be better off without you. Honestly, you know what? I say make a time machine, go back to 9/11, 2001, go in the Trade Center. Just wait. I'll meet you there. Gables?
Okay.
Anything to add there?
No.
Okay.
No, can't follow that one up.
Okay. All right. Number 2, Madden NFL 26. And number 1, Gables, you didn't get this one. You didn't get this. I'm a little disappointed in you. NBA 2K26.
Oh, that's right. That's kind of weird that it was in the same month as Madden.
So technically, NBA came out a little earlier. Usually it's like mid-September. It came out.
Yes.
So the base version of that game came out like early September, but the deluxe edition came out like the last few days of August. So it's one of those things we've seen this before. Where like the deluxe version of like I think it was like MLB The Show. This happened with a couple of years ago, where like the deluxe edition came out like the 28th, but then the base game came out like the 2nd of the month or something like the next month. So like we'll see that game. So yeah, I don't know. I mean it's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know, Gables. Anything other than nearly killing me, or me nearly killing you? Anything to add on that, or anything kind of shock you with that list?
Oh, let's see. In terms of shocking stuff, just the fact that you had a couple different games that we haven't heard from really from a while and stuff that just randomly just appeared on that list. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of them, but I would guess it's because it probably had to do something about Steam.
It actually jumped. In July. It was 9th, and it dropped to 20th.
It was 9th. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Sale. Such a long while ago, but Bonanza debuting as low as it did, that's.
It was 3 in July and 7th in August.
That's true.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, seeing a Harvest Moon game make it up into the top 20 of like the best-selling things, that's kind of a surprise for me. I mean, that's pretty cool. No surprise in terms of the sports games and the different bundles, because those are always in the top 10, regardless of what time of like just basically what directly with the months and stuff that they release, because they're always like some sort of yearly big sellers, especially when it comes to Madden.
Yeah.
But let's see. Nothing else more that I can really think of that surprised me about this Circana report.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm just really happy that Mafia of the Old Country, like I was just hoping it would make the list. I didn't suspect it'd be third. So that's awesome. Obviously, I mean, the tail of that game, who knows? I wouldn't be shocked if that's one of those games that like next month it's just off the list or it's barely on it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's the success to that game is. I'd say that's not bad. Like in August, like you look at what's around it. You look at like I said, like a brand new college football game. Like outselling Donkey Kong, outselling college football. That's that's not bad. I feel like that's gotta be pretty good. But obviously it doesn't. We talk about in video games anymore. If you're a bust, people get laid off, and if you sell really well, you get laid off. So I don't know anymore. Who knows? This game could sell 10 million copies, and they might still shut the company down. So I don't know, but it just makes me happy though. At the very least, like if they like having a strong start, that's gotta be something. And I hope people like only being behind Madden and NBA. That's pretty good company, I'd say, for sales wise. So and this isn't like a random like month in like May when nothing else came out. You're number 1 or you're in the top 5. So. I hope that's good. I don't know. We haven't I don't think they've said anything about sales wise, like they've reached 1 million, but I don't know. I hope this game is doing well. Cause I mean, like I've been saying forever, like this is like, especially cause this game was a $50 game too, as well. This wasn't a full price game. So, it's like I said, these lists are based off of dollar amounts, not, individual sales. So I hope this is like say we're like not even necessarily the $50 price point thing, but like, hey, like these kind of games can be successful if done well, and That wasn't even a game that necessarily like has like amazing scores. I think it's like in the mid 70s, which I think. I mean, obviously everybody's different on that one, but I love that game, and like I said, like this like it's like Order 1886 in this game. They deserve everything, and I hope this isn't my new Order 1886 Gables, because I don't know if I can withstand it. But we do have, I mean, it's kind of an update here on some, like, this is the best selling game so far of top of the year so far. The extremely disappointing game of number one best selling game of the year, according to Capcom, Monster Hunter Wilds. This did not reach sales expectations. Gables, best selling game of the year, didn't reach expectations. College football.
I know you got a problem with that.
Yeah, it's right. It's weird. College football 26 being number 2. No real shock there. Number 3 though, Gables, is kind of cool. Oblivion remastered.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just very popular. How that just came in. That came and went. Plus it being on Game Pass as well, but just kind of really dropped out of nowhere and stuff. Like a stealth. I think it was like a stealth launch or something that was announced too.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it was just crazy.
yeah, it was like technically it was like leaked to hell, but yeah, like they just announced it and it was out now. Type of shadow drop situation, and the physical copies aren't even out yet, so it's only digital right now. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not gonna go through everything here, but like NBA 2K26 that just came out, already the 5th best selling game of the year. Elden Ring is the 7th best selling. Night Rain, I should say, is the 7th best selling game of the year. Madden 26 already the 10th best selling game of the year. Is that weird situation we talk about though, where there is the MVP bundle is technically the 12th or the 13th best selling game of the year. So who knows, where it'd be. GTA 5, last one here, the 17th best selling game of the year. Game will never die. Some really interesting thing they talk about though is like definitely like, so hardware spending is up 32% year over year. A big part of that is obviously the Switch 2 coming out in June. We've seen like it's been like like nearly double digit losses last year percentage wise from the previous year, and obviously the brand new console coming out. So it shows that like I mean I keep saying that like obviously like this thing is going to do really well, especially at the beginning of it coming out, but it does show you though like man like they were prepared, like to the point now, Gables, I'm already seeing like Switch 2s out in the wild.
I've seen a lot of Switch 2s out in the wild.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Yeah. That's good though. Like, I go, you can like, you can go on like, I was like on like Amazon the other day, like for Prime Day, and I was looking like, they just had Switch 2s for sale, or like Best Buy and like Walmart. Like I was like, oh my God, that's really interesting. So I went to like other websites, they had it for sale. Then I went to, I unfortunately had to go to a Walmart this a couple weeks ago, and I see one, but I seen the Switch 2 sitting there. So, like, but it's still like that's shocking. 2 months out, 3 months out, I guess technically. Yeah, no wait, yeah, 3 months out. Technically, yeah, it's already like out there in the wild. So that's pretty shocking. Not to say like not dissing it here,
actually,
but
I think it's actually kind of interesting how kind of like that the thing with the Switch 2 is kind of cooled off a little bit since its initial launch day, because it's like I've been able to find multiple different types of Switch 2 units, not just at Walmart, but like it just stay in stock consistently on top of going to places like Costco, where they had some initial bundle stuff available, but mostly they just have like just now only like a PlayStation display, really, for a lot of their different types of game stuff. But yeah, it's just really fascinating to me that this system was pretty much sought after for like the first month and a half or 2 months and stuff, and now it just feels like it's stocked up to the point where it just feels like it's not like just dissipating in terms of so quickly after restock.
yeah, I think part of that though is like the fact that like they sold like a record amount at launch. I mean, we've heard forever that like they've been making those things and just stockpiling them for months. Like they basically spent like 9 months just stockpiling Switch 2s. So I think a big part of that is the fact that like if you wanted one at launch, you probably got one, or you wanted one shortly after launch. It's like one of those things where like this isn't like the case of like the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, where like it was just impossible to get those things and people were paying 3 times the amount just to buy one on eBay or something. Like this is a case where like obviously during that was COVID, and this is not COVID, but this is a case where like this is a case of like they just like they were prepared and they had these things ready to go. So it wasn't like, it was hard to get one at launch, but like I wonder, like I think it's one of those cases where like the vast majority of people that were gonna like day one buyers or wanted to buy one as soon as possible, they got them, and like now it's just a case of like it's not that hysteria that we normally see with like brand new consoles or devices, where it's like they come out and like it feels like the first, year of that thing. It's just like it's impossible to get. And plus, it came out in June instead of November, so that probably helps too. Where like this is something I was saying back, in 2017. Like I love the idea of the Switch One coming out in March, because like okay, the hardcore are gonna buy this thing day one, and then or like you're gonna buy it. They're gonna try to buy it shortly after, and then by the time Christmas comes around, the people that want to buy them for as a Christmas gift or whatever, those people got a chance to get it too. So it's like you're not fighting with everybody. So I think that's part of it too. So I wouldn't be shocked though if we get to Christmas time though. These things can be hard to get. So yeah, Matt Piscatell did mention here though, as of August 30th, in the United States so far they've sold 2.4 million Switch 2s, and that is about 5% ahead of like where the PS4 was ranked was selling, which PS4 had the previous record for like launch sales for a console. So yeah, that's not bad. Obviously that's just United States, but I'm curious. I'm trying to think when. I think we should be getting a quarterly report sometime soon, so maybe we'll get an idea there about how well they're doing. But anyway, so Switch 2 unit sales are trending 77% ahead of the Switch 2 at launch. So that's just like I said, just United States, but that's still that's pretty damn impressive. So so we've had a nice little boom here. Kind of the other big thing that came out of all this though, Gables. So Matt Piscatell was talking about, he did a breakdown, like he had like a graph come out of showing like amount of games people buy a year. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of blown up this past week, and it's something like, I don't want to be like, I'm going to be that guy who's like, well, I talked about this a long time ago. And I did talk about this like 6 months ago. This came up where Matt Piscatell kind of did the same thing, and like so it's coming from the same source here, where he talked about it, where like the vast majority of people buy. I think it was like 40% of people buy one or no game, like buy one game or zero games a year for video game wise. So kind of the big deal here is he says, so his words, it's not exact science, but about 60% of gamers are people that own video games consoles only buy 2 games a year. So I don't know. I mean, give us like hearing that news, like what's kind of your thoughts on all that?
Whether or not certain people just buy 2 games a year.
I mean, just like we've seen all the issues going on. Like, are you stunned by the fact that like that's the case?
In this current landscape of gaming, no, I'm not surprised in the very least. And that's because we're getting more so tougher in terms of a lot of the landscapes, in terms of like various cost stuff for everyday items. Much more in terms of things with like everything else like going up in price, from like food to housing to this and that and stuff. And especially in the video games industry in general, where a lot of the game consoles and even the games are going higher up in costs, even though a lot of them is like hard, like lost, like long-term hardware releases, like say the PS5, the Series X, like the regular Switch, like all these systems going up in price. But another thing you got to keep in mind is like maybe part of the reason why people are only buying like maybe a couple of games a year is because they have games that they have already that they're still playing, like a lot of these live service games, your Fortnite stuff, I mean, Apex Legends stuff, like stuff of that sort. But I can also think of it as a way of maybe it's kind of like the average person, if they're just interested in playing 1 or 2 games a year, like say a Madden or a Call of Duty or like some aspects like that, that I can understand more so of them buying ever so much and stuff. But if you do like video games and stuff and you're just casually into it, which there is a large assortment of gamers out there, and a lot of which are not going to delve into it like super, super hardcore, like say you or I would and stuff, and may just get multiple games in the span of a year, especially if they got to balance everything else in terms of financial cost.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just a lot of variables that go into it that kind of suggest to me that yeah, that does seem like something that would match in terms of like investment in sort of like entertainment goods,
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of it. Matt talks about that too, where a big part of that we're seeing over the last few years. A few major factors, obviously. Part of the big thing, obviously, gaming blew up during COVID. So it is kind of things going back to the mean a little bit. But he said the big point, obviously, is inflation. We're seeing like this year, where obviously the last few years, but especially in the last year, where like things are going, like prices of things are going up and up and up and up, as we're seeing. So yeah, things are getting more, like your wallet's getting a little more squeezed for things. So yeah, like you see, and like it's one of the things where it's like it's hard to blame people. Where like I don't know, like I remember I talked about years ago, a decade ago, where I had like during like the 360 era, where it's like I have friends that like they buy like the new college football, like I'm talking like college football or Madden or whatever. They buy the new Call of Duty and like the sports, like the Madden, and then maybe they buy like one other game a year, and that's all they buy. And like I had buddies that like to this day I still have friends that like they play more video games a year than me, like time wise, but like they play like 2 games. It's like they're playing Warzone. Like my dad, he plays way more video games than I do, but he only plays Warzone, and he might jump into another game for like he might buy like the Battlefield 6 or something like that and jump in that, or might buy the new Call of Duty or something like that. Like he might buy one other game a year, maybe 2. But otherwise he's just playing Warzone. And it's like, but he plays more games a year than me. But like, he's not like a hardcore crazy gamer like I am. Like, and I have like a lot of friends where I was like, man, you play a lot of video games. And I'm like motherfucker, you play like 3 weeks a year of Call of Duty. And it's like, yeah, but like they wouldn't look at even though they play more than me, they wouldn't look at me like they look at me differently than I would look at them. It's like it's a weird thing. But yeah, like especially now where it's just like, yeah, like I said, like you buy a season pass for a game every 10-12 weeks for $12-15 for Fortnite or whatever. Maybe you buy a couple skins or whatever, and then yeah, you're good. It's like I don't blame people. It's like sometimes I'm like I would always talk about like, man, I'm jealous a little bit. It's like I almost like financially I almost like wish that was me. Like if I just played Fortnite and a few other games a year, like that'd be amazing. Like it's like my dad, like he's like I stopped buying the expensive battle pass for Warzone because it would just boost if you spent like $20, they just boost you to level 25. He's like, I'll just pay the $10 or $12, whatever it was, and it's like because I'll get to level 100 no problem, like every season. It's like I don't need the boost, to get to 25. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but like Matt talked about like a big turning point too on that. We've seen like the squeezes, like when they got rid of when they paused the paying college debt there, like that was a big part of the reason why gaming boosted for a couple years there. And then obviously like that's a younger audience. So like that younger audience, they have more bills to pay than most people because they have a gigantic amount of debt to pay for college tuition. And then on top of that, now, they're probably not making, enough money to pay. They're probably not making, the amount of money it was worth probably to get that college education, as we see a lot. So that's probably a lot of it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's disappointing. I did listen to one like indie like PR person talk about it, and they said, yeah, like 60% of people buy 2 games a year, but the pie compared to a decade ago, or even like especially 2 decades ago, that pie of people, that 60% is much bigger than what that pie, like 60% was 20 years ago, 10 years ago. It's like maybe you were fighting with, a couple million people. Now you have 10 million people or whatever, who, obviously I don't know the I'm just using that as an example, but yeah, I don't know. It's a bummer, but I also would like to see that. I'd be curious to see like how big of a difference that is compared to 20 years ago, to compare 10 years ago, where pre-live service game being like the new thing, pre-Fortnite, pre-Warzone, pre-Apex, like what was that numbers like, I'd not say like I'm obviously like it's not great, especially when there's more video games than ever to play, but yeah, it does suck, especially where like we're seeing like more and more people pulling out of this, the people with the wallets, the people that will fund these things happening, they're pulling back more and more and more and more. Like that's not great. So I don't know. I mean, but I will say though, like, especially indie games, you see a game out there you want to buy, fucking buy it, like I said, especially maybe that AAA, that Madden or that EA or Ubisoft or whatever game, like you maybe wait for sale for those, but or whatever, but like I don't know, if you see a cool indie game out there, buy it, talk about it, tell people about it. Gables, I do want to talk about this one though. This is more of a you topic, Gables. I don't know if you've seen this or heard about it. I saw this. I was kind of shocked about this. So Capcom announced for the Capcom Cup Finals for Street Fighter 6 happening in March. It will be exclusively on pay-per-view for $40.
What the fuck?
Oh, so you haven't seen this.
Dude. Okay. I've been hearing like bits of rumblings and stuff like that from Evo. This news must have happened like not too long ago.
Sometime this week it was announced, yeah.
Sometime this week.
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't even heard of anything like that. So they're barring people from watching the finals of their initial cup in fucking pay-per-view?
Yeah. So there's like
that is unheard of.
There's like an a la carte event. Yeah, so there's like a different version that's like $25, I think, or $30, but it's like you get like it, or you can just buy everything for like $40.
No man, that's just really fucked up because it's like up until then, you were able to watch like a lot of their different types of finals and different types of tournament stuff. I mean, even for like other type of events like Evo and this and that, you could at least watch the main event stuff for free.
Yeah.
And on places like Twitch and everything else, but charging a full pay-per-view just in order to see the extent of like the end of like a major tournament, like especially something that has like a big old pot like buyout, like a payout and stuff like that, it's really kind of unheard of for like the fighting game scene. I mean, it's definitely unheard of in terms of like competitive esports thing in general. I mean, you don't really have like things say like for League of Legends or like StarCraft 2 or these other major crazy ass like competitive games or Counter-Strike or whatever. You don't hear about them doing pay-per-view stuff, but yet Capcom is trying to do this type of a sort of like a paywall stuff in order to try to give like just so people can actually just pay to gain access to watching something as it goes down. I get why they're doing it, but that's really stupid.
Yeah. I don't even to me it's like, okay, like Evo is like the biggest, like it's a Super Bowl of fighting games. Like this is like,
yeah.
So it's like, it's not even like the biggest thing in its field. It's like Street Fighter 6 is like a big game, and yeah, like the fighting game community. I'm not gonna sit there and try to argue this because I'm not a huge fighting game guy. But like this is a thing though where it's like, okay, you want to make some money off this, but I feel like, I would rather have more people like give this away for free and have more people like, because sometimes it's like you just go on, like you're on social media or whatever, you just kind of hear the buzz of it and you just hop into it. Kind of like we were just talking about like the baseball game from last night, where it's just like oh my god, it's gone to extra innings. More people like more people are watching it, jumping in late because of like just the online, like just going on Blue Sky or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and they're just seeing people talk about it. So you're like, oh, I want to jump into like Evo stuff. Like I'll jump in like sometimes just watch a little bit because like you just kind of get caught, you get swept in like just the excitement around other people being excited about it. And it's like, oh, cool. As a casual, I'll just jump in and watch it. Same thing with the Super Bowl. It's like it's like I'm sure the NFL is like probably thought about putting it on pay-per-view and like they're gonna make a ton of money, but it's like, you know what? Having 130 million people watch our game and set for free is way more worth it than having, they might sell a couple million or a few million pay-per-views instead. It's like it's actually way better for us to have way more people. Obviously that's a much bigger scale here, but it's like, I don't know, like you're gonna sell 10,000-15,000 maybe pay-per-view like sales from this thing. It's like, you know what, I'd rather have hundreds of thousands of people watch this thing, get caught up in the excitement of it, and impulse buy the game, or like buy deal, like fans of it buy the already own the game, buy the DLC, get swept in the excitement of it, and then like what, I want to buy this. I want, hey, I'm in the moment. I want to buy this thing. Now I want to get into it. It's like it's wild to me. It's like this is so, to me, short sighted. But I guess I gotta make up for that the Monster Hunter Wilds being disappointment. So number one selling game of the year. Disappointing. I don't know. Gables.
Crazy.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
It's like no other. I'm sorry. It's like no other types of like major ass sports do this. It's like NFL does not do that with the Super Bowl. MLB does not do that with the World Series. You can't do that with the Stanley Cup and stuff, or the NBA Finals and stuff. But yet you have some initial like extreme sports stuff that do some like UFC and stuff and Pride Fight stuff.
Well, even like UFC is going to Paramount, so like
I know. It's streaming, but yet you're going to go arcade format like a fucking pay-per-view and
Yeah.
stuff for something gamer related. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like I don't think we've ever like like we're doing something like so like an archaic service in 2025 that's never been done before. It's like what the fuck are we doing? I don't know. It's wild. I don't I'm honestly shocked they haven't like gone back on that yet. So I wouldn't be shocked if they go back on that, but I don't know. Like it's ridiculous. Um, moving on here though. Last thing here, some other news this week. Kind of some bummer news, some good news, some bummer news here. Cool thing here, Silent Hill F sold 1 million copies in one day. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
There's some leaks and rumors that looks like Silent Hill 2 will be coming to Xbox and Switch 2 here sometime shortly, but it also looks like they'll be coming to PS Plus here shortly as well. So that's pretty exciting. That's a great game, so I recommend that. Mega Bonk is like a 3D Vampire Survivors. I don't know if you've seen this out there, Gables. It's I was scared to tell you about it because I don't want you to get addicted again. But the game looks pretty awesome. I'm avoiding. It's only $10, but I'm avoiding it because it won't be good for me. But it sold 1 million copies in 1 week. Cool little indie game for $10. Some bad news here. Outsiders studio is shutting down. They're the makers of Hellsinger. And then the studio Heart Machine, who made one of my favorite games of all time, Hyperlight Drifter. Announced they are ending development of Hyperlight Breaker, which is like the early access roguelite game they're making that takes place in the Drifter universe. They are ending development of that, and there'll be an update in January, and that'll be it. And they had layoffs as well, so kind of disappointing there. Really disappointing.
Wow.
So, yeah, so that's a bummer because I bought that game for early access, but it's like one of those things where I'm going to wait for 1.0 to play it. The reviews are pretty mixed on it. It seems like they did like a big update a couple months ago, and it doesn't seem like it really kind of took off. So kind of disappointment though that the game unfortunately was just going to come and go, and then a lot of talented people obviously getting laid off. So hopefully these people land on their feet. But yeah, anyways, Gables, let's jump into what we've been playing, buddy. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first because there is a couple things I have been playing. Well, finally, I went ahead and I finished up and beat that Theatrhythm Final Fantasy Bar Line initial music rhythm game that I've had for the past couple of months that I've been playing, just chipping away back and forth. Come to find out, you collect enough arrhythmia by completing certain songs and stuff, eventually it's going to unlock the initial final sort of like play track or something for it. And the funniest part about it is I didn't have to play through every other single things of songs and stuff for Final Fantasy stuff in order to try to accumulate this stuff. I just randomly just gathered a whole bunch of this different stuff, and I went through these entire remixed play track stuff for other games like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 6, 5 and stuff. And it was interesting. You have these different type of collaborations in terms of like kind of synthesized sort of some tracks and stuff, and then more like orchestral sort of remixes of some of these classic games in specific moments. Like for example, there's the one scene in Final Fantasy V and stuff where you're doing this battle on the bridge and stuff, and you have that high paced music where you're facing off against the boss there, Gilgamesh and stuff, and all the various like twists and turns that you have to try to match the rhythm and stuff on the screen with. It's kind of a little bit more frantic and stuff as opposed to just the regular thing that you would have played on the play track for Final Fantasy V music stuff. So I kind of enjoyed going through some of that stuff. But what's really funny is like the final battle is like initially against Chaos and stuff. So it's funny because it's like you have these two like deities or something like that, one for good, one for evil and stuff, and obviously Chaos is like the big main bad guy I think like in the original Final Fantasy. And so it's like you face him and stuff, and you can defeat him and stuff. But the funniest thing about the way I've been playing through that game is I've been putting a lot of the tracks like on the basic sort of rhythm stuff and just learning my way through, and then for songs I really like, try it on better difficulties and doing that stuff. And it's been fun. I mean, it really was a fun time just getting into another music rhythm game. But on top of that, now it just has me starving for, okay, well, it's time to play something else.
Hmm.
It's really time to play something else so I don't get even more absorbed. But because I did buy a whole slew of like Switch games this week, I did have a chance to play a little bit of Mario Galaxy Remaster and stuff on the Switch too. And yeah, that game still plays fairly well. It's pretty funny because it's like when I was playing it in handheld mode, firstly, I was having a little bit of issue and stuff because, well, because when you play Mario Galaxy, you usually have the little Wiimote in your hand and stuff, right? For the pointer and stuff, and this and that. You can actually just hold the R button, and you can actually move the little reticle and stuff for what you wanted to touch in terms of getting the star bits and this and that. But yeah, playing a little bit like over an hour or so of Mario Galaxy, nothing really seems to be fairly compromised. It looks fairly nice. It's nothing like, say, too crazy. It looked more or less, in my personal opinion, that it looks sort of like a little bit up-resed and stuff. Because it seems like there wasn't too much like put into it to sort of give it like that 4K sort of look to it. But at the same point, it still plays like Mario Galaxy, so there's not a lot of compromises. I do like the idea that I'm not having to use the Wiimote to go and like point at different things in order to gather certain things like star bits, because everything else is like just a standard Mario game control. You just jump, you dive, you do your like spins and stuff. But yeah, it worked fairly competently and stuff. But other than that, though, earlier on today, I had a chance to test out, ironically enough, an old Wii system that was
Hmm.
donated. And what's kind of hilarious is like there was a couple of games that were donated to it as well. Like Mario Kart Wii was one of them. Wii Play was another. You had Just Dance 3. You had a freaking Zumba game, and then they like Wii Fit 2, or like no Wii Fit Plus or something like that. Like there's some common games that were there, but it felt super weird going back and like testing out the Wii system, because at my workplace I have this miniature CRT that's like a 13-inch that I've held inside the testing area, because when we do get the occasional retro consoles in, that's the TV I test them on, like the PS2s, the PlayStations, Xbox stuff. For this system, there really wasn't too much that was left on it. They had the old channels for YouTube and Netflix and stuff on the apps on there still.
Did you fuck up their algorithm?
What's that?
Did you fuck up the algorithm?
No,
Oh,
no, no. The
Gables.
console did not. The console did not. I did not connect that thing online, because you can't even connect the damn thing to
Oh,
use certain things on the system anyway.
damn it. That's why I would have done. First thing.
Oh my gosh. But what's funny is like the first time playing Mario Kart Wii in like almost like a freaking hell of a long time, and just playing as like Donkey Kong, just trying to go and do like the various stuff with him and stuff. It didn't feel like I lost a beat, because I've been playing so much over the years in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and like Mario Kart World most recently this year. But it was just really funny, just testing out these different types of Wiimotes and stuff. One of the Wiimotes didn't work, but there was a whole bunch of shells. I ended up tossing out a lot of the Nerf shells because they are just redundant and they just look stupid. But the Wii wheels, there's like about three different Wii wheels and stuff that this person had. But yeah, yeah, just testing out a little Wii system, as well as playing like other Wii related games and stuff, including Mario Galaxy on Switch 2, ironically. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing for this past week.
All right. I've only really been playing one game this week. Yeah, I played a couple more runs of like Hades 2 and stuff like that. But I'm like, I gotta put this down because it was starting to become a problem, Gables. Um, it's boy. Anyways, I had to put it down. I physically had to move the Switch 2 out of arm's reach on my couch. Because
Okay.
every time like I'm going to turn my PS5 on, I'm like somehow I look over and I have my Switch 2 controller in my hand. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm playing Hades 2. So I physically had to move it so I would play other games. So I started playing. I talked about last week. I played a few hours of it. I am now like like 30 hours in to Ghost of Yotei. Um,
Okay.
so there's the Yotei 6 you gotta defeat. That's the whole purpose of the game. Like the story mode. And yeah, I've only beat one of them, Gables.
In the 30 hours, you've already beat one of them, so you've done the exact same thing you've done in other open world games, where you've just focused upon the background of everything, try to get the side things. This happens to you in almost every open world game. It doesn't matter whether it's Horizon, it doesn't matter whether it's Breath of the Wild and stuff. You have some serious like ADHD.
Gables, honestly though, the worst part of this game though is because like I talk about like I was like, oh, it's kind of great too because like it doesn't just give you a checklist, you know, like here they are, you just gotta go walk to them. Like now it's like all about exploration. Well, so the other problem is like, well, all right, well, like and then like there's the fog on the map. I'm like, well, I want to get rid of all this fog. So yeah, there's definitely some ADHD issues here. My mom definitely took some Tylenol while she was pregnant with me. So it's not going great. It has not been going great for me, Gables. I like as far like no. Okay, let me tell you about. It's going fantastically. Part of the problem is the like I'm having so much fun in this world that I am like every time I get to a new section, I am just walking. I'm just like I want to do everything. I want to find everything. You get the little golden bird. I'm like all right, I'm gonna go do this mission. And then you get the little golden bird. And he's like, all right, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta follow him. He's gonna take me to something cool here. I find a charm, or I find like all of a sudden he takes me to a bamboo strike, so I can add more of the little circle things, so I can increase my I can restore my health or whatever. Or I gotta find a spring so I can go get so I can see Atsu's naked butt going in the hot spring, which is I'm gonna be honest with you, Gables. Atsu, it's a good butt. It's no Jin Sakai butt, but it's a good butt. So I definitely say top 2 naked butts in Ghost games, without a doubt. Anyways, nothing there, Gables. Anyways, so yeah, but yeah, it's just man, it is pulling me in, and every time I want to go do a story mission, it is like, oh, man, I just get so lost in this world. I just love the world of Ghost of Yotei. Like the first thing I did, like when I got the game and started playing it, was like as soon as you're like, able to walk around, I climbed the mountain, the Yotei mountain, and went up to the top, and like just doing like, all right, there's like these 5 like dueling trees, and like I'm like, okay, it show like so like when you find like I just found the first guy, he's like, all right, there's 4 other ones, and like you like each one has a guy at these special trees. You gotta defeat him, and then you beat all 5. You do this like crazy fucking like fight. And that's actually one of the few things that does tell you like, hey, here's the location of all those trees. And like once I got to like the new area and like did all like I was able to like do all those, like, well, I immediately gotta go do those. And like I spent like a solid 45 minutes like just on this guy like to like unlock this like special like a technique and a charm to like go fight this guy, and you like it's minor spoilers for this like side content. So when you finally like you defeat the 5 guys at the dueling trees, you fight this like special guy. You have to go fight him at the top of the mountain, and I'm like, this is fucking badass. And like I just like, man, like the colors, like the colors just pop with HDR. I wish I had an OLED TV because I would just love to look. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine this game. It might actually kill me if it'd be like looking at the Ark of the Covenant. It would just kill me. Like how beautiful this game is. I just, man, like the music of this game is just phenomenal. Especially when you can like play the music, and like you can find songs as you go, and like you play those, and it'll like take you like the wind will blow, and it'll like you play like this song, and the wind will blow in a direction of like a hot spring. I'm like, all right, I'll start playing this. I can't remember how you pronounce it, but it's like a banjo looking thing, and you play that, and the music is phenomenal, and like the music just swells the right time. But the big thing I talk about like Tsushima is like I went kind of hard at the beginning of that game, but I just cared so little about the side characters and Jin Sakai and his story in general that I kind of just burnt. I beat the game, but I kind of like I played like 100% of the first section, and then I just mainlined the rest of it because I was like I don't care about this guy at all, and I'm not really interested in these side characters, and like all these like side characters that you find throughout the game, like I am just so totally sucked into it. Like I said, the music is phenomenal. I just like I think I love Atsu's story, and just like the fact that like Jin was just kind of this bland like vanilla. He's fucking John Cena in 2010, like this vanilla baby face, and it's like this is like Atsu's like fucking I don't know Stone Cold Steve Austin, where she's like I'm gonna fuck up anybody that's in my way. And like I'm on a mission for revenge, and I don't care who you are. Like I will kill you because like this is what I'm out for. And like I just kind of like love like there's just a lot of edge to her. And yeah, I don't. It's just the story is so much better. And it's like I don't know. I am so totally sucked into this game. And like every time I said I'll like all right, I'm gonna do a story mission here. I end up just like. Oh wow, I haven't been over here before. Like the whole new section over here. Oh shit, there's a little ledge here to climb here. I'm like, all right. And next thing you know, it's been like 4 hours later, and like now the map is clear. I've done everything. I'm like, well, I have nothing else to do but do the story mission now. And it's like that keeps happening to me. I'm like, I'll do everything in an area, and like I think I've like I played like I beat I did the first main area, then I did the second main area. I 100% of that one, and then I just did the third one, but it's a little smaller. The third and fourth little area are smaller, and now I'm in the fifth. I think it's like the last big area I'm on, and there's like a sixth area that I haven't got to that I think will be like I think will be the last. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But like that area is, looking at it, seems a little smaller. So I feel like the bulk of the game I have done, as far as like percentage wise of like finding the side content. And it'll just be a matter of like eventually me, like I found like my health bar is getting pretty long, because every time you can find a hot spring, it increases your health bar. It's getting pretty long. Not crazy long, but it's getting pretty long. I've found a lot of the bamboo strikes. I've done like I've almost filled out my entire like skill tree. I've with like all my stuff, and then there's like a separate skill tree for like the wolf dens, and like your wolf, like helping it, like your wolf, he'll jump in and help you in combat. I've got one left of those to find, it looks like. So yeah, like this is definitely a game where like I have just totally been sucked into, and like it's definitely like that Tears of the Kingdom level where like I talk about like Tears of the Kingdom, like I spent like 40 hours just wandering around the world, and like before I even jumped into like the first actual like temple of the game, and like this isn't quite that, but mainly because there's not really enough content to do that, which is fine. I don't need that, because like I'm at the point though where I'm looking at like, all right, Pokemon's coming out in a few days, and then like Outer Worlds 2 is coming out in a couple weeks after that. I'm like, I need to I definitely I'm getting, but I feel like I'll be able to like wrap it up. But it's definitely a game where like I thought I was gonna have this game wrapped up easily before we podcasted this week, and then it was just like all of a sudden, like it was like Thursday. I'm like, I haven't even touched this. I've done nothing. I'm like, literally, I think it was like Thursday. I finally beat the first main guy, and I was like, oh my god,
Wow.
yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, never mind. That's not gonna happen. So yeah, but it's totally engrossing. I just love everything about it. This game is just drop dead gorgeous. So yeah, it's been a good solid, like it's like going from like Metal Gear Solid to Chronos to Silent Hill F, Death Stranding to this. Then Hades 2 is out there. I bought up Solemn. I got Kasumi. It's just, and then there's still like all these big AAA games coming the next few weeks here for me. Like, man, it's been a solid couple months of gaming content. Even like not having a job right now is still impossible for me to keep up with all the video gaming going on right now. So yeah, unless I just like didn't sleep, I guess I could cut out. What if I could just cut out sleeping? Should I just cut out sleeping? I might just do that. I might just be extra life every day of the year. But anyways, yeah, that's all I've been playing. But yeah, I can't wait for next week, Gables. We're hopefully both of us be playing some Pokemon here next week.
Really.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I'm very excited for that one. But anyways, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week, guys. If you like the show, like what we're doing, please like, follow, subscribe. Like I said, we are on everything: Apple, Spotify, any podcast service you use. We're most likely on it. Best thing you could do, like I said, 5-star reviews, leave comments, help us out there, follow us, subscribe, whatever. Best thing, honestly, go to YouTube, like us there, subscribe to us there, help us get those numbers up. We're in like the mid 500s right now, so help us out. It'd be really nice if you like helped us out, subscribe to us. Like I said, hit the like button, click the bell if you want to. Just honestly subscribing to us. You don't have to watch us, just subscribe. You can scroll past the thumbnails. I don't care, but just help us. Like, it's just nice to see that number go up and help us out with the algorithm. Hit that like button, leave that comment, tell people you like our show, like what we're doing. Share us out there, it'd be really great. And hey, for just $1 a month on YouTube, you can sign up for membership, and we really appreciate that as well. But anyways, I was your host. I was Tyler.
And I have been Colonel Gables. So until next time, everyone, thank you for listening to another fun-filled episode of the Drunk-Nerds podcast.
Hey, Gables.
Mm-hmm.
Too sweet.
Too sweet, man.
Bye, guys.
See ya.